So I'm gonna get started. Hopefully there won't be no snakes in here, but you never know. Well, doesn't that figure? Forgot to check my weed eater string. Oh man, my kingdom for a brush hog. Well, welcome back to the channel. You know, I keep saying in every video that I'm weed eating that I'm not going to show weed eating, but I'm not going to have any videos to do right now if I don't. Let me get my off the stand here. I'll show you an idea we come up with, and I'm going to be able to use some of this to feed our chickens too. Whoa, got the camera. I got a habit of bringing the camera way up too close. The old garden area. Now, I think I explained in another video, but I'm gonna get a little further into it. We didn't. It didn't work out doing the garden this year. A couple of reasons. We haven't come up with a foolproof way. This fencing obviously is just for decoration and could possibly keep deer out, but it's not keeping squirrels and little varmints like that out. So they ate a lot of our crop last year, except for tomatoes and peppers. We still got some of them, but that was one reason why we didn't do the garden this year. Another reason is time. Robin has just got too many eggs in the basket, I guess, or irons in the fire. There you go. That's the old saying. So there's a lot of good soil in here. You can see how everything is growing. So what we're going to do now is, and still, this won't happen until next year. Well, hopefully next year. Is we're going to have a greenhouse, or we were going to put the greenhouse, turn the camera, we were going to put the greenhouse up where in the area where we're building the storm shelter. But it just makes more sense to put it down here in this area. So when we do the greenhouse, it's either going to be right here in this area, you know, we can level out the area we need with the tractor. Or put it right in the middle of this area. And then have raised beds around that. And either raise beds out here, or she had some little, she was growing some blackberries and strawberries. Here's a blueberry right here. This is a blueberry. So there might be a couple of blueberries. I thought she was trying some strawberries too. But it's all gotten away from her. But that don't mean we can't bring it back. So, but as in the past, Robin she gets a lot of irons in the fire, and I guess I'm that way too. Just a little update on the shelter. See, this is Friday. I've been off work since last Friday. I was supposed to have gotten my gravel last Friday, so I was hoping to, by Monday of this week, I was hoping to have had the gravel down for the shelter and the form built. Everything ready, basically everything ready to do the slab. And then when Robin got back, we can do the slab. Well, the guy we get our gravel off of, he's a real good guy. He's a young guy, or he's a lot younger than us. Everybody seems to be getting younger than us. But his truck broke down. I think I mentioned that a couple videos ago. Well, as of today, he still doesn't have it fixed. So we already had paid for our gravel, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. So he went ahead and he got somebody he knows to bring our gravel out this morning. So probably cost him some money. I'm sure he probably didn't make any money off. He probably had to give his profit to that guy. But he's a good guy, and we'd already paid him. So he got our gravel to us. So that put me behind on the shelter. I was already out doing work. I didn't think they were going to be coming. So started planning on other stuff. So the gravel is for the shelter. I think Robin said it was 10 tons. And then I've got to do, it's not enough to do our whole driveway. Our driveway is probably over 800 foot long, just the straight part. And you got some down here. So I'm going to do the driveway, pick the best parts that need to be done, or the worst parts that need to be redone, and I'll do them. But the first thing will be getting the shelter ready. And I'll talk about it more, hopefully be doing a video on that soon. But today, and probably tomorrow, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. I've been cutting grass and doing the dog pen and all that today. Just before it got away from us. We still haven't had any rain, and I don't think there's going to be any all weekend. So we definitely need some good rain. But I wish we can get rain without all the weeds and grass growing. That'd be cool. So I'm going to start on this, and you'll get once I start getting it, especially if you've never seen it before, once I start getting it cleared out, you'll see the amount of area that's in there. It's a pretty good size area. Big enough for a little, we're just going to do like a little, I don't know, 8x8. Not a huge greenhouse, 8x8, 10x10, something like that. So we will, when we cross that bridge, we'll discuss it. It's hard telling. If we're going to build our own, I've seen some pretty cool ones on those, those lots that are pretty popular now, selling the little tiny buildings and stuff. I've seen some pretty neat looking little greenhouses. Could take their idea, I guess, and just buy my own stuff. She's already got, there's some old windows and everything. But like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I'm gonna get started. Hopefully there won't be no snakes in here, but you never know. And we will see you in a minute. Well, done that figure. Forgot to check my weed eater string. I got to restring. You know, you may be asking, Joe, why in the Sam Hill don't you get a bush hog to cut all that? Man, that's a good question and a good point. The one reason I don't have one, I don't have the money. I was hoping to have one by now. We actually have a lawnmower attachment that I was hoping to trade, and little whatever cash would be left. We just haven't been able to do it. So we're doing it the hard way, the old-fashioned way. So one of these days, if I get a bush hog, all these places that I'm weed eating, I'll be able to mow down in no time. So it'll happen when God wants it to happen. That's when it'll happen. And if He doesn't, I'll just keep carrying on. All right, what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get it down to the height that I can bring my riding mower in here and chop it up and get it down to the height where we can start working with it if we want to. Like I said, we're probably not going to do nothing with it this year, but I'm not going to kill the grass because I don't want to put no chemicals and stuff in here. I don't want to put anything in here other than nutrients, and just in case we have a regular garden back in here. So I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be dealing with, and I will come back here in a minute and show you. Well, it'll seem like a minute. Maybe it may end up being tomorrow, but I'm going to work on it as much as I can this afternoon. It didn't really take that long to do that. I was going to time it for you. I'd say, not counting the having to restring, I'd say about 15-20 minutes I got all that done. Just a little, not necessarily the Husqvarna weed eater, but if you can get a 2-string, a double string, whatever they want to call it, weed eater, where it's got 2 leads coming out instead of 1, man, that's the ticket. Because you can see how quick I rip through that. And I have found, and when I'm cutting it down, that instead of just trying to go right to the height you want to, is work down a little bit of time. It's easier on the weed eater. Weed eater's still getting hot. It was starting to bog down just a little bit, but if I had not put the tune-up kit in it a while back, it would have already died. So keeping them tuned up is a good thing. All right, see you in a minute. Oh man, my kingdom for a brush hog. Okay, everybody. This is the next day. Actually, it's almost 5:30, and I had to change the plans. I had to spend most of the day running around town, and came back and ate some late lunch and rested for a while. So I ended up working on this yesterday and got it pretty much done. Well, not done, cut down with the weed eater. And you would think I'd come in with a lawnmower now, but the ground, turn the camera around here, the ground is so hilly and mounded in places from where we've had plants and whatnot that I don't want to bring the lawnmower in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rake up what I can. There's Aggie, and can you hear Aggie back there? She's acting like she's dying. She wants to be let in. So I'm gonna have to go do that real quick, and then I'll come back. Well, okay, Aggie survived. She actually was fine. Oh, I know she's always fine. I guess at one time, the first time she did that, I thought something was wrong. So now, every time she wants to come in, she'll do that. If you're not there to let her in. And she's fine. Get back to what I was saying here. Turn the camera around again. And you can maybe see the dirt clumps there. And it's just so many, there's divots and everything else. I don't want to get the lawnmower in here. I really wish I could. So what I'm going to do is, after I get the grass out of here, is I'm going to take the loader bucket and I'm just going to smooth this whole thing out best I can. Just going to work this whole area. It's going to be hard to do. It's hard because it's not a big area for the tractor to be in. It's a small area, but it can be done. And I'm just going to level it out as best I can, and then work with it from there. Try to get the rest of the grass out or whatever. And Robin has actually taken the backhoe bucket in here before and done it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see if I can do it with the loader bucket and fine tune it, level it all out, and get ready to put our raised beds and our greenhouse in here. It looks to me like, and I've got plenty of dirt, if you've been watching me dig out for the shelter. After I'm done with the shelter, whatever's left, it looks like going from this way to the right, it's going downhill. Maybe hard to see on the camera. So I'll see if I can take a lot of this dirt that way. If not, I'll just add some more to it. I wish I could put topsoil in there, but I'll use what I can, because we're just going to be putting raised beds and a greenhouse on here, so we're not actually planting in the ground anymore. But if we do want to, it's good fertile ground with all that manure we put on there last fall. So, all right, so I'm going to take some of this grass off, show you all how well the chickens, they usually like it. Probably since I'm filming it, they won't want it. I threw some big weeds I cut down, I threw in there, and they just went to town on it yesterday. So I'll take some of this grass and weeds and stuff and throw in there. And I only found one tick on me, and I just found it a while ago. So I may have gotten it today somehow, even though I have been out here messing around. But, you know, you take a shower and everything, and also they say it can get in your clothes, but then get in your house that way. It was one of those little, I think it's a deer tick. It's got a little white dot on the back, but I could feel it on my back. Started to itch, and that's when they're starting to bite you. And Robin was able to get it off, so no damage done, hopefully. But it is what it is. So anyway, let me get this gathered up and then take it up to the pen. Yeah, there they are, eating down on the grass. They weren't sure of it at first, because this is usually the time of day I'd come out and give them just a little bit of feed, take them through the night, and give them fresh water. I'm getting ready to go get the fresh water. But again, they like that stuff, man. They'll shuffle their feet around on it. So I'm going to go ahead and probably tomorrow, after the dew goes off, I'll get me a trash bag and I'll fill it up, and we can give it to them every once in a while. I'm not going to do it every day. You see over there, I dropped a big old stalk. Looks like corn, but it's not. It's what it looks like to me. They're absolutely eating it up. The little ones, oh, they're just now getting it. They probably never even had it before. Robin's feeds stuff like that to them every once in a while. There's Miss Aggie I was just telling you about a minute ago. She was whining and crying and came up here and let Romeo out, and they ran over and started playing, and she was just fine then. Romeo knows how to make her mad. It's funny. They were just doing it right before I turned the camera on. Old Arthur, he just minds his own business. He lets them go at it. All right. That's going to be it for this video, and I think it's pretty confident this is a short one. So I got one more day. This is just like a regular weekend now, but I got one more day off, and then back to work. So I'm going to be doing some running around tomorrow. I don't know how much work I'm going to be getting done. I would really like to start doing some tractor work. Maybe I can throw that in there, so I'll make a video of it. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate y'all, and we hope to see you back next time. We'll see you again soon. God bless.